Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. I bet you're salivating right now, aren't you? I've done that little Pavlov dog trick on you. If you see a black LEMFO box after watching the review on the LEM13, you did see that one, right? The one we just put up? Well, now you're excited to see whatever LEMFO puts out. Well, today I'm going to introduce you to, oh my goodness, it looks like an empty box. It's not really. Deep inside here is the LF26, but you see, they sent it to me unassembled. I've got the separate metal, awesome band. You can order this with a silver band or black with a black band. Here's the watch module itself. Don't anybody ask, are the bands removable? I know you haven't watched the review. Here's the module. We'll go over this. And here's the little charging unit. It looks like it's wireless, but it's not. There's a couple of dots that apparently have to line up with a couple of dots on the back there. And it's tricky. Yeah, there it is. It's not almost strong enough to hold it. Maybe it's a capacitive discharge across. I mean, it doesn't look like these are metal plates. So really interesting how the charging works on this, but it does work. And we've got a manual, which I will show you after I tell you what we're looking at from Banggood. It's called, again, the LF26. They have so many different letter designators. It's a full round watch with a weather display and your standard stuff, heart rate and workout things, and a decent price. Check the show notes for a discount if you're interested. I have it from Banggood and I also have it from LEMFO. Here's their direct buying page from AliExpress. And of course, you can read text messages and everything. And this is what it looks like with the silver band as well. So both of these guys are supporting us. What does it come with? A 1.3-inch full HD IPS color circle for the screen. And I think it's something like 360 by 360. So very good. Yep, there it is. High resolution. Now here it's saying an AMOLED. Here it's saying IPS. Everywhere I've looked around, it seems to be AMOLED. But you be the judge when we take a look at it. Bluetooth 5, weather, sporting activities in it. Basic watch. These languages are supported. And the information on the battery, and it's an IP67 waterproof, basically splash proof. So we'll look at the manual, then I'll put it together for you. Here's the English. Wow, 3 different languages. I haven't seen a manual this way. We'll go across the top section, and it's going to give you a device description, what it comes with, the QR code for downloading the Tethering app. I think it's a Fit Pro or something like that. FitCloud Pro, there you go, which allows you also, as I understand, to push some different watch faces to the watch, which is pretty cool. Device introductions and instructions. A little bit more. Tips about blood pressure. Oh, that's good. They don't usually include that. Blood pressure is, the hardest one to get accurate on these watches, and overall precautions. Does it continue on the back side? Nope, we got other languages on the back. They're supported on that side. So looks like they've gotten a bunch of languages in here. Okay, it looks like I got my work cut out for me. I'll be back once we've got it put together. Here we go. I've left all the plastic on it, and it pretty much fits perfect. A little bit loose. I could maybe take one thing out of it. Okay, we're going to press the button and turn it on. And it lights the screen slightly, vibrates, and we get our LEMFO start up. Wow, that was fast. Take off the little plastic cover on it, and it's got a really nice, bright, fine, easy, visible watch screen. We'll look at some of the others in a minute. When you slide down, we've got a power off. We've got our overall brightness control. There's the lowest, second, all the way up to fully bright like that. We probably only need it about that level here. We've got the information about it. This is what you look for when you're tethering it, LF26. And we've got to find your phone. We're not tethered yet because that would be solid if we are. And again, power off. You can shut it off right here if you want to or not. So that's nice that you can quickly turn it off if you're interested in that. Slide to the left, and now I'm getting into sport data, heart rate, blood oxygen, few other good things are in here. Come back to these in a minute. And can't go that way, go this way. And now we've got separate cards. I got one for heart rate, and look at the animation. It's pretty darn fancy. And the heart rate is down here. It's nice that it's white against black, should be easy to see, but I'd really personally like to see it bigger digits. Easier to read at a distance. You've got your overall sleep time from last night on a card, and then your step count. Just put it on, so I don't have any data for there, distance and calories burned, and that's it this way. It does not circle. So heart rate, blood, all that stuff is one, then the card, and then your app drawer is here. Now, the one thing we didn't do is go up, and that's where your messages are. Most watches have that to the left and have the apps over here, but this one's got it backwards. So we come over again to the apps. Let's go up to the very top where sport data is your basic step count stuff that we saw on that other card. Heart rate is going to be the same as the first card. Blood oxygen now is a little bit different. It's not on one of those cards, so it's a separate measurement we're getting to. And should be relatively quick. 96 it's saying. It's using the green diode technology, which, as we know, isn't as good as the red and infrared, but it's adequate for getting you a basic reading of blood oxygen. And then we've got overall blood pressure. What's really fancy is the animations on this. So if you really want to impress folks with the graphics, this has definitely got it. And it's a brilliant, beautiful screen. So it comes through really nice. Blood pressure definitely takes longer. You're supposed to sit quietly. I'm doing my best, not move around a lot to get a reasonable reading. I won't quite say accurate because that's going to be dependent on each person individually. And when you get a result, check that result with the result that you get with a cuff. That's really low for me, so I would say it's probably needs calibrating or adjusting to be correct for my body. Oh, by the way, it just vibrated, so that was when it terminated that. There's your messages if you have any. The sleep time card again. Now, when you actually get into sports, here's where you have your different running, hiking, and cycling. Overall swimming, so you can tell you can swim with this one, and basketball. Not a lot of them in here. Not cycling was there, I guess. Anyway, when you activate it, and it times out quickly, you have time, calories, distance, heart rate, and total number of steps. So it's using a pedometer in here, not GPS, to give you your distance for walking and running and hiking, I presume. Okay, cycling, swimming is going to be basically heart rate and calories burned versus time, and it just quickly turns off. If I shake it, I can light it back up again. It's still in that mode. So one cool thing is you could use this to get your heart rate while you're swimming and your calories burned, which I believe is just going to be computed against time, you know, like a factor that's multiplied by that. The button at the bottom lets you end it, and that takes you back into it. Okay. Now, in addition to sports, you've got the overall QR code, which you can scan right here if you wanted to download the Tethering app. But I'd recommend you use the link in the show notes because it goes directly to the Google Play Store. You've also got a timer built into this, and you can reset it, that kind of stuff. Oh, look at that. We can't get out of it. So you could use it while you're swimming. You can pause it, and then we can get out of it. You got Find Your Phone, overall settings, which include vibration intensity, the brightness. Your overall languages is only 3, Chinese, Japanese, and English on this particular version of the watch. And of course, system, where you have your info, shut down, or reset the watch itself completely. And now when I press and hold, I can shift into these different time screens. And that's it, 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that last one is changeable, which I'm going to show you when we get into the app right now. We're looking at FitCloud Pro from the Google Play Store. When you open it, you get into a beginning screen. And I think you can go through and register and do all that stuff and then get into the main screen, which is going to show you your basic step count information, your last night's sleep time, heart rate, your most recent heart rate, blood pressure, blood oxygen readings. And then you have health management, which I press it and it started it. And I presume it's going to do readings for all of these different things all at once, which is great. Then you've got a device tab, which is where we keep track of the device itself. There we go. And oxygen's coming through. Heart rate is coming through. Live readings are changing as we go. And then mine is where, of course, you set up your own account information. I'm not going to belabor that. That's just simple things you can get into. But we do want to show you the device. If I can get a blood pressure, there we go, 113/70. And there's all of those taken at once with that one button option. And it's still running, so I guess it's still active. I can say stop. We can move over to device, and now here's where you can set up a bunch of different things, different alerts. Here's the dial settings. Go in here, and of course your phone has to be on the internet, and it's showing you a variety of dials that you can choose from. And then the ones that you like, you choose and download. And you saw that last one that I had on here, which was this one. Here's another one. I can say sync dial, and it'll start synchronizing. And on here, you should see activity happening. So I've scooted ahead a bit for you. It takes about 3 minutes or so to download a watch face, and you can only download one, but when you're finished, it should be on here, and there you go. That's the new watch face that replaced the one that had the time on it. These first 3 are your stock watch faces. And again, you have a bunch of different dials on the server, but in order for you to use them, you first have to pick which ones you want, download them from here, and then they'll live on your phone under My Dial. So then it's faster for you to transfer it from this section directly to your watch. Make sense? Okay. Back here, we've got enhanced measurements turned on. I think that's where you can take all of them at the same time. Continuous monitoring is available, and you can set specific period of time for that. Lots of flexibility. The find your band, you can specify left or right hand, 12 or 24 hour, shake to take a photograph, all of that. And then of course mine is, oh nice, you can tie it to Google Fit if you want to. Again, no GPS, so you're not getting a track, but your activities can be transferred over here. You can set all this other stuff up, including units for imperial, metric, for distance, weight, and temperature. And there was a weather in here somewhere that would give you access to weather on the watch. Did we see that? I don't recall seeing that. Well, there's a weather setting anyway for there. Here's our account, which we could log in and create an account, or we can have it running without having to log in if you don't want to send all your stuff up to a server. And that is pretty much it. This is the screen here. When you go into any of these, you're going to get your last readings. You can take an individual remote measurement from here for heart rate, for blood pressure, and for blood oxygen. All those are available locally or remote from the watch. So overall, fairly simple, nice, very attractive smartwatch that features a few bands that you can select, a few sporting activities you can do, and some basic health measurements that you could take. It's coming to us from two different sources. You can pick it up from Banggood, the LF26. Again, check the show notes for a buying link and a coupon discount if we can get one for you. Or head on over to AliExpress, the LEMFO Direct store, and you can buy it directly from the company off of their website as well. Lots of different options with metal bands or leather bands, and available right now. Okay, gang, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.